Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream for One Westminster Day. I'm Conor Bentley. I'm the Athletics Gift Officer here at Westminster, and joining me is my colleague, Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah Thorne here, Director of Annual Giving. I'm like trying to scoot away from my desk because I realize my very close to the computer. Excited about One Westminster Day. Excited to be here with Conor.
Yeah, we've had a great day so far. A lot of great projects and initiatives that we're fundraising for today as part of One Westminster Day, and hopefully there's at least one that speaks to you. Hopefully many, because there's nothing that says you can't give to multiple projects or multiple times. And that's what we want to encourage today, is just to have everybody get out and make donations and support Westminster in all the best ways that you can. We have our next guest is, someone I work with a lot as athletics gift officer. And he is our athletic director, Shay Wyatt. And Shay is here to kind of talk to us about what's going on in athletics and what we're fundraising for in athletics today, because athletics is one of our 10 initiatives. And Shay is joining us from probably on campus. Yeah, Shay's in his office. And welcome, Shay. Good to see you.
Shay. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hi, Shay. Good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you on campus, so it's nice to see you virtually.
I was adjusting my volume a little bit, but it's good to be with you guys.
Yeah. So, Shay, we know that athletics is one of the initiatives today for One Westminster Day. We're talking about how athletics is one of the initiatives. There's, all these different initiatives, and athletics, obviously, fundraise for athletics throughout the year in a lot of different ways. But we are this time focusing on one initiative specifically, and that is scholarships. So this time in the fall, we fundraised for athletics with its own campaign, but now we're fundraising for scholarships. Do you want to talk about the importance of athletic scholarships a little bit, Shay, and why we're kind of focusing on scholarships?
Well, yes, it's scholarships are one of our highest priorities. I can tell you without a doubt, in terms of what is needed in a college athletic program, even at the NCAA Division II level, is without a doubt for our student athletes, also for our coaches and their programs, having the adequate and necessary scholarship support is crucial frankly, to be able to, one, recruit student athletes, and talented ones at that, both academically and athletically, but also to have consistently successful programs and programs that can compete at a very high level, and which NCAA Division II is, as you have to have very talented student athletes to be able to compete in every one of our sports.
Well, and, just in my work, I've been the athletics gift officer since last June. Before that, I was in alumni relations, and, so I've been around Westminster, but it was interesting to make the move over to athletics because, when I first came in, that was one of the things that all the coaches told me, like, immediately, was scholarships were a huge need. Every single coach said, absolutely, like, what is your number one or number two priority for each coach was scholarships. And, where are we relative to like the other schools in our conference, Shay, as far as scholarship athletes go?
Yeah, within the RMAC, a little bit of information on that. We're one of 15 members, and the majority of the members are public institutions. So, different tuition rates. We're one of 3 privates. But so that can be a little bit of a challenge. There's a little bit of a gap. So that puts us near the bottom in terms of where we are in terms of athletic scholarships. So there is a gap there. We are continually making inroads and increasing that. But yeah, it's a continual need, and it's so important. But again, to maintain quality programs, and if you look at our programs and how they're doing collectively, they're actually doing quite well. But it's now as we went to NCAA Division II and the RMAC, we had a plan. We realized things were going to happen overnight, and we're still kind of climbing that hill, if you will, and trying to provide the necessary resources for our coaches and student athletes to be able to compete at the highest level within the conference, and even within NCAA Division II.
Well, yeah, so there's a gap maybe in scholarship dollars, but there's definitely not a competition gap. I mean, our teams are really competitive in the RMAC, and I think that, that's one of the things that we can really be proud of at Westminster is, we've always had a pretty high standard for our athletic competition. Even, you go back to, way back when we were the Parsons. I mean, we had good teams, and we can talk a little bit about some of that later, but talk about what the teams have been doing this year, Shay, because it's a weird year, because of COVID and some of the stuff. And I know you and the coaches have been dealing with lots of different protocols and procedures and canceled games. But in spite of all of that and those challenges, talk about what's been going on with athletics this year for some people who maybe haven't known because haven't been able to necessarily get out to games. We are streaming a lot of the games on the athletic website, but talk to us about what's been going on with some of the teams and the seasons that we've had, because it's really pretty exciting and awesome what's been going on.
Yeah, it has been like everybody's experiencing. Everybody's had to have their challenges with the pandemic, and we're no different. And I can't applaud our student athletes and our staff. They've done a tremendous job in dealing with very challenging circumstances. So yes, we've been fortunate. Our institution and our conference early on in fall, we shifted a lot of our team sports, if you will, to the spring, just to be able to hopefully be able to have competitions. And we kind of started our team competitions in the winter, the exception being cross country and golf. We were able to have those sports in the fall, which was really positive and kind of a morale booster, if you will, for those student athletes in our athletics program. But yeah, we are in the thick of it right now. So it has been since we started last fall with a tremendous amount of protocols and with just changing on the fly. I mean, we are adjusting every single day, whether it be scheduling, whether it be protocols. And I can't commend our staff and student athletes enough for the job that they've done and just the tremendous challenges, while also for our student athletes balancing their already demanding schedules academically and shifting with some of the institutional changes in regards to that. So it's been, we've been in constant flux, I will tell you, but we're staying the course, and we've been able to have competitions and without compromising the safety of our student athletes and staff. So that's been very rewarding to see, and I know our student athletes are very, very appreciative because we hear that continually from them.
No, it's been so challenging, and I've talked to some of the coaches over the course of the year and in preparing for One Westminster Day, and it was really fun, for me, being this athletics gift officer position, haven't been able to attend any games, and that's been kind of unfortunate because that's the exciting part. You want to go to games and meet fans and meet donors and get to know all the people that support Griffin Athletics, and it's been hard, but it was great. I got to duck into a few practices and kind of talk about One Westminster Day to some of our teams, and it was just exciting for that few minutes to just watch like the end of their practices, see the volleyball team getting after it and the women's basketball team, and so it was really fun, and I'm hoping very soon that we will maybe have some competitions on campus that we can have fans out to, because I know that's something that we've been working towards, and with field sports coming back, that's a possibility, right, Shay?
Yes, it is, and it's something we're monitoring weekly. It's something that's discussions that I'm having with our administration, and absolutely, as you mentioned, that's been a real downside, and it's been very hard. And I've been very appreciative of our fan base with the understanding, and it's hard for parents too, parents of our student athletes, because they really want to come watch in person, and I completely understand that. And so that's been challenging, and our student athletes want to be able to perform in front of fans. So they don't get the same type of energy from streaming, even though our streaming production, our team does a very good job with that, and we've really tried to prioritize that to make sure that we're able to, capture what we're able to. And so, yeah, we're hopefully optimistic with the continual changes with our health county guidelines and what the institution is comfortable with, that hopefully very soon that we will be able to have some level of fans at our home athletic events as we come down to the end of the spring semester here.
Yeah, because we will have, I mean, the field sports are all getting ready to go right now. I know there's been practices, but we've got, I think women's soccer has some games this weekend, right, Shay?
Yep, we have a game versus Idaho State this Friday, and then our volleyball team. So we're planning to stream that. Looks like it's going to be nice weather, so we're appreciative of that. And then our volleyball team has we'll be hosting 3 matches this weekend, and we'll be streaming those as well. And then we've got some teams on the road, and so yeah, it's a very busy time, but I'm very thankful that it's a busy time, because that means that our student athletes are doing what they're passionate about, and our staff again is doing a great job trying to allow for that. And I'm very appreciative of the measures that the institution has taken to allow campus activities at some level. So that's been very positive, and again, in a very challenging year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I am in some of those coaches meetings sometimes, and just the level of protocols and procedures that everybody's having to deal with, and the fact that it's gone so smoothly, I think is a testament to, our student athletes, their commitment, because, college students are sometimes hard to wrangle, and it's great to see them committed to their success on the field. And I think that's one of the great things, and why I think it's so important that we're fundraising for athletic scholarships, because, we want to provide a great experience for our student athletes, and understand that, our student athletes, want to compete against these other RMAC teams. And to do that, we need more student scholarships. And we've been really successful so far today. Let's give a quick update. I just want to kind of tell everybody where we are as far as the athletics fundraising. We actually have had 159 gifts so far. And our goal for athletics today is 350 gifts. So we're not quite halfway there, but I think we set a pretty lofty goal for ourselves specifically, but that doesn't mean we can't hit it.
I also have a dollar goal update for us. We're at just a little over $14,000. So the gifts are coming in. Hopefully we get a little boost here while we're talking to you, Shay.
Well, and that's great. And I want to tell our viewers and all those who have chosen to support on behalf of our department, it makes such a difference. So I want to say thank you. And this is such a fun day. I mean, it just is. And what's fun about it for me, and I know our coaches and our student athletes, they get excited as we're kind of promoting the event. But what's very rewarding is you get a sense of just the support that this institution has, and the support that our athletic program has, and all those that are following. And it's really it's very touching, to be frank. And our coaches and I get the privilege of watching the impact of those dollars. That's one thing that I find very rewarding. I've been at the college now for 15 years in this role, and I can tell you the transformation of when our freshmen come in and when they leave as seniors, and the impact that educational experience has on them is, every year it still excites me to this day, because I see it. And it's just, and I tell them, and they probably get tired of hearing it, but I just remind them how quickly 4 years goes from the time they're freshmen. And I can't tell you how many times over my years that when I talk to the seniors, they go, I can't believe I'm a senior already. But what I can tell you is that the impact from the time over those 4 years or 2 years, depending on how long they had been at the institution, is invaluable, and it will last them a lifetime. And I think one thing I forgot to mention, I do want to share a little bit back to our scholarship discussion on kind of where we're at, and so people really understand what the need is. So some data that may help our viewers is, right now we're only able to provide scholarship support for about a little over 50% of our student athletes. And also, what's a little bit unknown with NCAA Division II athletics, NCAA Division II athletics is actually a partial scholarship model. So sometimes out in the general public, they think when a student athlete gets a scholarship at, like everything's like at the P5 level, high Division I level, that it's a full ride. That's not the case. Doesn't mean that we can't give that, but it's just not economically viable. So most Division II student athletes have a combination of athletic scholarship, academic, grants, loans. But I can tell you there's many of our student athletes, as well as students at the college, as you guys know, that also are working during that time. They've got extremely demanding schedules. So again, the need for scholarship is great. We want to be able to provide more scholarship opportunities for more of our student athletes, and that just takes continual support. And the other thing too that I need to mention is our average award per student athlete, even though we're extremely grateful, is quite a bit lower than our peers. So that's another area that we're trying to increase to be able to provide more opportunities here at Westminster College. So again, the need is great.
Yeah, and I think we should say too, scholarships is the kind of thing that we'll never not want to fundraise for, right? It's not like a building or a project that sort of is as a finite ending. I mean, scholarships, we can always offer more scholarships. We can always be more generous. We can, have more scholarship athletes. We can, expand it over, all of the teams. And that's part of what we're doing today too, is we're not just fundraising for general scholarships, right? So if you want to make a donation at giving.westminstercollege.edu, if you want to make a donation, you can pick the team that you want to support. So you can pick any of the teams. And we actually just to give a little recognition, but also to kind of just make everybody aware, there is a little competition going on for some extra challenge money. So based on team size, Shay has helped us with this and created sort of 4 tiers for our teams. And so teams that are similar size competing against each other. We don't want men's lacrosse competing against men's golf. That would not be a very fair competition because men's lacrosse is such a big team. But so at these different tiers, all of the teams at each tier, the winner who has the most donations at the end of the day will get a bonus of $375 thanks to Thomas Cuisine and Steve and Sandy Morgan, who donated between them $1,500. So we'll be splitting that $1,500 4 ways for the winners at all those tiers. And it's really exciting. And we thank Thomas Cuisine and Steve and Sandy Morgan, former President Steve Morgan and Sandy, who's an alum, and all of their kids went to Westminster. I mean, they're so steep. They bleed purple. We love Steve and Sandy. We love Thomas.
Great fans, great people. No, yeah. We're very appreciative of that. And just thank you. And there's been, I just want to say thanks to, because there's been so many of our supporters that I've seen that have stepped up today. I realize the day is not over. So let's go Griffins. Let's do this. Come on.
Yeah. But, Griffins and Parsons.
There's a lot of them have stepped up, and it's very appreciative.
No, we've seen Parsons,
really fun. I think about our
who stepping up and from way back, and we actually have seen a few of our Hall of Fame. We have some new athletics Hall of Famers coming in a few weeks. The 1975-76 men's tennis team, they have stepped up. A few of them have made contributions. So we love our Parson men's tennis team guys who've stepped up for One Westminster Day as well.
Absolutely.
I think what's also really fun about the challenges is not only can you help your individual team compete, but at the same time, your donation will be helping us get to our last challenge gift goal of 1,000 donors, which will support all of the teams. So you're really kind of, getting 2 goals there at the same time every time you make a gift. So tell your friends and family, keep those gifts coming in, help athletics get to their main donation goal, and help us reach 1,000 donations overall.
Where are we right now, Hannah, as far as to the 1,000?
Yeah, I think we were close to 800. Let me check on my phone, and I'll give you the updated number. We're getting close, but we can't. We can't. We've got to keep it going strong. Keep those numbers coming up.
It's like 818 contributions to the institution. That's great. And I was looking at a number of them. There's so many great initiatives on campus, and we just, on behalf of all the donors to the college today, thank you. And I realize there's not just donors today. We're very fortunate to have the support that we do from our alumni and friends of the college. So on behalf of athletics and so many here at the college, I say thank you. So
yeah. We're at 818. Cheyenne put it in the chat. So we're at 818. So we got a ways to go to 1,000, but I mean, we've blown through all of our other numbers so well today. I feel like 1,000 is totally reachable. I also want to say that, I think athletics is so important as far as the skills that the students get from it. I mean, I think, because probably most of our athletes aren't going pro once they're done at Westminster, right? And so it's about the type of education they get. It's about the whole experience that they get at the college. And so I think, we really need to, recognize the fact that, our student athletes are really exceptional. I mean, our GPA is always one of the highest or the highest in the RMAC. Isn't that right, Shay? I mean,
it is actually with the NCAA Eligibility Center, our core GPA, meaning student athletes coming into the college, was 3.5. So we have to certify their eligibility for competition. So yes, to answer your question, Connor, it is quite a bit higher than the majority of the schools in the RMAC. So we're very proud of that. And yeah, it's we've got some extremely talented student athletes. The thing I hear time and time again as well is if somebody had not been to one of our athletic events and they come to our athletic events and I happen to talk with them, they come away going, wow, I didn't realize what level of competition this really was. Meaning they were coming in thinking it was a lower level, and what they see. I mean, there's a number of our student athletes that were Division I student athletes. I mean, so the gap between the two is not that wide. And so again, very talented. And when we get back to being able to allow spectators, I want to invite all of our viewers, if you haven't been to a game for a while, please come out. I think you'll really enjoy it. And
I'm eager.
Until that time, exactly.
I got my scarf. I'm ready to go. Shay.
Until that time, please watch us on the web stream. It's free. It's real simple to get on. You can watch on any mobile device, and it's easy to follow. And we want to grow our fan base. So
no, we absolutely are going to, and I will be at those games. And if you are a donor, come say hi to me, because I want to meet our donors and thank you personally, because and we've gotten some really just to let everybody know, we've gotten some really great messages from some of our donors today too. People who've, I heard from a grandparent of a basketball player who said they've watched every game on the live stream this year and they've really enjoyed it. So, I mean, people are still connecting with the program, even though we can't necessarily be there in person. So I think that's really huge that people still are, pulling for the Griffins and want to support us, both through their donations and also through, watching the games on the live stream. And I mean, I think it's really exciting.
Is the live stream something you think you might continue after, even once you're able to have fans in?
Yeah, we've been actually doing it for a long time, Hannah. So yeah, we always do both with every home event. Probably the only time that we don't is especially an outdoor event if it's weather related, but we have some measures we can take with that. But yeah, our intent is to always stream home events as much as we can, and usually we're about 98%, and we generally host in a normal year probably close to 60 home athletic events with our various sports. So there's a lot of footage to watch. So
that's incredible.
What?
I was just thinking, Shay, Conor asked you earlier about how you've had to adapt to the challenges of the pandemic, but I was just thinking that, beyond adapting, athletics has done some really cool, big things. Like you got lights on the field this year. So, you've accomplished some really big things in your program, pandemic notwithstanding. And I was curious if there are any other big things that you're looking forward to in the future of athletics in the coming years.
Yeah, well, there's always some facility upgrades on the drawing board. There's some things that we kind of had to table with coming into this year, but there are some exciting things of just we're looking at some scoreboard upgrades and things like that, but more facility enhancements. Also, we've got some plans for Dumpke Field that are very exciting, still in the early stages, so I will share all that at a later day, but we are excited about that. But and really just trying to grow our scholarship support and continue to give our coaches and student athletes the tools they need to be the best they can be. So that's kind of our daily drive. And everything we do is, again, the intention is that we want our student athletes to just have a very positive experience here in all factors. And Conor, I would be remiss too, because you noted on earlier a few of our alums. I recalled going through some of our donors, and I do want to give a shout out because I saw that there was a number of athletic alumni. So those athletic alumni out there that have given, that's tradition. And we're not here today without all of our athletic alums and all the coaches and staff before us now that have done so much work on behalf of this institution. And, we all kind of continue to pass the torch. So I just want to say thank you and hello to all of them, because there were a lot of names on there that I recognize, and I hope they're all doing well.
Yeah, no, it's great to see all those names. I mean, that's the thing. And as I've been in this role, not quite a year, but it's nice to see, recognize names, and you see the same people over and over, and you also see new names. I mean, that's the exciting thing too, is like, seeing the people that we know are longtime supporters or alums, and then seeing new names. And Shay, Hannah touched on it, and I'm really glad she did, because, the lights on the field, that's going to be really exciting. We obviously had our turn on the lights sort of socially distanced event in September. And I know the teams have been practicing out there, but we really haven't had like a game with the lights. So, maybe just hit on that really quick. We don't have a whole lot of time left, but I'd love to just hear the excitement of that.
Hannah, like you said, and I kind of got off on talking about other facilities, but the lights are just, it's been a long time waiting, and it's just, our student athletes, and they were so excited. And we are so excited to have that first evening game. I mean, it's a game changer for practices. Most institutions have multiple fields, and we love our campus, but, we are a little bit space challenged at times, and with one field, and then just with our academic rigors, that can make practices this and that challenging. So having the lights just allows us more evening time to be able to facilitate more practices, which in turn is much better for our student athletes and their demanding schedules. But yes, our intent this spring is to, with one of our lacrosse or soccer games, is to have a night game. And we're looking, I think, in April, latter March or April, to be able to do that. And I can't wait, because it's going to be an awesome environment. And then as we come back into fall, provided that, things nationally and globally get better with the challenges that we're dealing with, that again, I'm hopefully optimistic that we can kind of get back to how we once were, and be able to host night events and night games on this campus, which hasn't been done in my time here. So I know it hasn't been done in a long time, and I can tell you, when that happens, I just think it's going to be very well received. And I can tell you our student athletes are just, they can't wait. I hear that all the time, and so they're thrilled. So yeah. And thank you.
Nights definitely have a different aesthetic. Like there's a different energy with the lights on the field. That's really exciting.
Yeah. And there was some significant donors that helped make those possible. So another thank you to them as well, because it's just, to see those go up was just a fantastic feeling. So we're thrilled.
Well, I think we are wrapping up our time with Shay. Shay, thank you so much. And for all of you out there, please, if you are a Griffin supporter, go to giving.westminstercollege.edu. Make a gift of support to your favorite team or multiple teams, or to the General Scholarship Fund. It all goes to a great place. And help your team win that extra money, from that challenge money from Thomas Cuisine and Steve and Sandy Morgan. We really thank them and appreciate their support. And Shay, thank you for all you do for athletics, and help us getting more donations, because it really is a team effort. And thanks to all the coaches and the staff and everybody in athletics for all that they do to, and the athletes too, because the student athletes are out there hustling, trying to get donations too.
Yeah, no, they're great. Well, I appreciate the opportunity. I've enjoyed the visit, you guys, and kudos on your efforts as well. So you guys are doing a good job. Keep it up.
Nice talking to you,
Shay.
All right.
See ya.
Okay.
Bye.